this is Colleen from Match Point Tennis, and I'm here at Match Point Tennis Davie interviewing head stringer Rick Reyes. He has just returned from the Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we had some questions for him. Hi, Rick.
Hi.
So my first question is, how do you become the stringer at ATP Tour event?
I would think the first thing that you would need to do is string at a place like this, a store where you get experience dealing with customers, being able to answer questions, building relationships with them, because that's very important. And then obviously the stringing, doing a lot of rackets, the repetition, getting familiar with different stringing patterns, different strings. Obviously, the materials are all different. So that's a good start. And then once you get on to the ATP level, you sometimes start small, in futures tournaments, recreational tournaments, and word gets around if you're a good stringer, and they start asking you to string at the bigger events.
Oh, okay. So how did this happen for you? Is this your first ATP event?
No, this is my third ATP event, but the way I ended up at the Southern and Western Open is I met a company called Priority One, which is owned by Nate Ferguson. Some people might recognize his name. He used to be Pete Sampras's personal stringer on tour. And Ron Yu also works with P1, which is he used to string for Andre Agassi. So when those guys retired, they started a company, Priority One, and now they string exclusively for like REoger Federer, Andy Murray, Novak Djokovic, Joe-Wilfried Tsonga, and they travel the world and string exclusively for those players. I was doing a blog for them, and they asked me, they knew that I strung on tour, so they asked me to join them in Cincinnati last year, and they liked my work, so they asked me again back this year.
That is excellent.
Yeah.
Great. Well, so who did you string for up in Cincinnati?
This year I strung for players like Victoria Azarenka, Anna Ivanovic, Sabine Lisicki, Kevin Anderson, strung one for Juan Monaco. So it's just a wider range of players, men and women, that you're stringing for.
What kind of trends did you see up there that are different from what you see down here?
The biggest trend that you see in a pro event versus recreational is these players string every single day. Every single day. So they'll string 3-4 rackets just to practice, bring the rackets back after practice, and have you cut them out and string them again for that night, their match. So they don't use the same racket twice. What I'm seeing a lot at the pro level versus the recreational level as far as strings go is much more use of natural gut. The pros are using natural gut a lot more in the mains, and they couple it with polyester and the crosses, and what this gives them, it allows the natural gut to slide back and forth, and it gives them the power, the spin, comfort. The string plays better longer. So I'm seeing more and more pros doing that. You have Novak Djokovic, REoger Federer, Sabine Lisicki, Anna Ivanovic. The Williams sisters both do that. So a lot more players are using natural gut or going back to the natural gut from the polyester, which is much harder on your arm.
So what are the top strings you would say that you saw up at the Southern Open?
The top string I saw was Luxilon Aloe Power. And I think it would probably be followed by maybe RPM. Not too much RPM. A lot of Big Banger Original was strung by a lot of the players. David Ferrer, Juan Monaco use it. Davidenko uses Big Banger Original, and they use it in a full bed.
And what's the fastest you've ever strung a racket?
The fastest I've ever strung a racket actually is here at this store, which was about 8 minutes, a pure drive, a little over 8 minutes. The fastest I've done a racket on tour is actually, I did one for Juan Monaco, which is called a send-off. In the stringer's trailer, you have, they have video cameras of all the courts, so we know exactly what's going on, and we know if a racket's coming to the stringing trailer to get restrung while they're playing their match. So we already know, we kind of start setting up the machine and all that. We had one for Juan Monaco come in, and I got it back out of the trailer in 9 minutes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You try to get the racket back to them before the next changeover, because if you wait 2 changeovers, the set might be over. So you want to get it back out to them as quickly as possible.
Wow, that must add some level of excitement in the
a little bit.
In the stringing
it does.
Wow.
It does.
So some of the personalities you met up there, what were some of the nicest pros or the most personable people that you met?
I would say the most personable pro that I've met, they're all very nice for the most part. They're regular people. But I would say one person that really impressed me is REoger Federer. Is what you see on TV is really how he is in real life. He really is that person. He's a nice person, him and his wife. I would say it was pretty cool meeting him behind the scenes because there's no cameras around, and you could actually see how he really is, and he really is nicer in person than what you see on TV, and he's actually a pretty funny guy.
Oh, that's really fun to hear.
On the women's side, Lisicki's very nice. Ivanovic is very nice. A lot of the players, they're just very nice. Sloane Stephens, obviously, very, very nice, a local here. So for the most part, all the players are very nice.
Did you get to see any of the tennis?
Got to see a little bit of the tennis as the tournament progresses. It slows down the stringing, and we get to venture out of the trailer and go into the courts and see some of the matches. Other than that, we see the matches on TV because we have every single court in the stringing trailer. We see what's going on.
Well, thank you so much, Rick.